We're at Grand Rec Park for senior day between the Bluefield College Rams and the Montreat College Cavaliers. Hello everybody, my name is Bailey Engel. Glad to have you with us here on a great day for some softball in the two Virginias. The Rams unfortunately getting swept yesterday against Tennessee Wesleyan, now looking to bounce back and get a few more conference wins against the Montreat College Cavaliers with a team that is playing for something today. Not necessarily the last game to be played at Grand Rec Park this year. There's actually a few more series on the season, but still for Bluefield College, trying to prove themselves today with Lakin Sparks in the circle for Bluefield. Sparks did hit a home run yesterday offensively, but defensively just couldn't hold that 1-0 lead going into the top of the seventh against Tennessee Wesleyan. First pitch goes outside and low to Mickey Shelton. It'll be Shelton, Allie Woody, the left fielder, and Kelsey Nolasco all batting here in the top of the first inning. Sparks, the freshman coming from Tazewell, Virginia, playing in her hometown. And now Morgan Sawyers, who got the start in center field, struggled with concussions this year. Now ceremoniously taken out of the game after getting a start. Cameron Pearson will go out into center. And now Sawyers will walk into the dugout, get a big hug from Shelly Newton, a very good move there. Sawyers obviously a little emotional, had struggled with concussions, and now just playing on the safe side, not getting one or risking getting one at the end of her career. 1-0, must have been outside, but called a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Now Shelton with an open stance on the left side. The pitch just a bit outside, but now it hits the corner. So Mickey Shelton hitting .303 on the year, no homers and 14 RBIs. Takes a cut and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We're in the top of the first inning. Righty to lefty, the pitch. Flared on the outside part of the plate, ball 3. Going with the rest of the lineup, Veronica Ellis, the designated player, will bat 4th, while Kaylin Warner, the pitcher in this one, batting 5th for Montreat. The pitch swung on, popped up left side. Carly King giving chase and makes the catch in foul territory. It's already 1 gone at the top of the first, and here comes Allie Woody.
Number 1, Allie Woody.
For Allie Woody, batting .267 on the year, no homers, 5 RBI. Steps in left side, or right side rather. Face off against Sparks, whips and delivers. Pitch dropped right over the plate, strike 1. Looked like Woody had no intentions of swinging at that first pitch and didn't even fake it as she bounced out of the box. Pitch. Inside corner, it's a late strike call, but nonetheless up 0-2. Already 1 gone, nobody on. Now the pitch. Change up dropping low and in. Montreat coached by Heather Masted in her 7th season at the helm, coming from the University of the Cumberlands, and Bluefield headed by Shelly Newton. Rocks and offers. Grounded down the first baseline and foul. Lakin Sparks trying to find a big win today that can try to propel her team into the winning ways. After really struggling with injuries this year, this Bluefield College team now goes up against a Montreat team that has a ton of games they've played. That one is tapped on the left side. Charging Pennington, dropped the ball on the bounce, and the E6 will allow Woody to get to first. So it's a slow roller and a tough hop for Kate Pennington, and now Montreat has a runner aboard.
Number 7, Kelsey Nolasco.
I'm going to bring up Kelsey Nolasco. Stands in, right side, a runner at first. Wind flowing to right. The pitch, rise ball flying high. Raleigh O'Neal able to snag it. Good time to look at who's in the field for Bluefield. Carly King at third. Kate Pennington, the senior, at short, joined by Lauren Bailey, the freshman, at second, with Meredith Throckmorton at first. 1-0. Inside pitch called a strike, evens the count at 1-1. Gabby Mellick, the freshman, in left. Cam Pearson subbed in center, and Taylon Strange out in right. Ball and a strike. Whips and offers. Another zooming fastball outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Good little crowd forming today on Senior Day, and especially such a great day for softball. Another rise ball that's near the chin. Nolasco on the year leading the team in average at .386, has 3 homers and 23 RBIs. Runner at first. Another pitch dropping in low, but called a strike. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Lakin Sparks already has 1 out to work with. Rams looking to maybe turn 2 on a ground ball. Payoff. Another tapper foul down the third baseline. Well, full count. Sparks has it right in the middle of the circle. Pitch. Another foul ball right across that glove of Riley O'Neal. Couldn't hold on. Rams coming into this game at 8-17 with so many games canceled in the month of March as well as early in the month of April. Just 5-13 in conference. Pitch. Outside and high, ball 4. So Woody moves to second, Nolasco to first on a walk. Already 1 out for Veronica Ellis.
#99, Veronica Ellis.
So Veronica Ellis steps in right side. Batting .270 on the year. The pitch, been inside, ball 1. Dax stats say her name is Ronnie. Pitch, right across the middle. Count is 1-1. So sunny skies going through some wispy clouds. Already got a little bit of sunburn yesterday being here for game 1 of the Tennessee Wesleyan series. Roxon 1-1. Hard hit ground ball down the third baseline foul. And Ellis is now down in a 1-2 count. Allie Woody at second base, got there on an error by Pennington. Nolasco at first off of the walk. One ball, 2 strikes. Sparks fires. Change-up, nasty one at that. Swing and a miss. All that spin on it. Ellis looking silly, whiffing. And there's the first strikeout of the game for the freshman. 2 outs, and here's Kaylin Warner.
Number 31, Kaylin Warner.
Well, for Warner on the year, hitting .269. Tied for the team lead in Jacks with 4. Has 18 RBIs to go with it. First deal to her is a low one, and it's ball 1. One ball, no strikes. 2 runners on for Montreat, still scoreless, top of the first. Swung on, ground ball, third base side. And the count evens at a ball and a strike with 2 outs. So the Rams losing yesterday 3-1, holding a 1-0 lead going all the way into the 7th inning. And then Lakin Sparks just couldn't hold on. Tennessee Wesleyan popped on 3 runs in the top of the 3rd. Rocks 1-1. Line drive, right side, off the glove of Bailey. Into the outfield, has to throw home. Tag, yes! What a play by Lauren Bailey, sniping Allie Woody at home plate. Stayed with it, and Bluefield goes into the bottom of the 1st, still scoreless with Montreat.
Welcome to the plate, your freshman leadoff hitter, number 1, Gabby Malik.
Gabby Malik to lead it off for Bluefield. Still all tied up 0-0 in the bottom of the first inning. Malik, the left fielder in this one, has to watch out where she slaps. First pitch, and Warner deals an outside corner strike. So it'll be Malik, Pennington, and Cameron Pearson all batting in the first 3 in the bottom of the third after Pearson came in for Morgan Sawyers. 0-1. Swing and a miss, dropped at the plate by the catcher in this one, Vickers. Gabby Malik hitting .312 in her first collegiate season, no homers and 5 RBIs. In 77 at-bats, she has been able to score 15 runs. 0-2 from Warner, whipped outside. There's ball 1. So ball and 2 strikes. Rocks, 1-2. Swung on and popped up into center field, and Malik is victimized again by that rule. Outside of the batter's box, and another slap violation out. So Pennington steps up to the plate now. The shortstop coming from Marion, Virginia, playing in her senior day. And Pennington hitting .308. First pitch. Watches it go outside, but hits the corner. No balls, 1 strike. Pennington starting to heat up a little bit going into the week. She was hitting under 300, now has hit that mark. Watches another pitch go inside, ball and a strike. Ball and a strike, and Warner just looking in. Big frame. Starts the motion, sets, and a pop-up bunt right near our press box. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One, 2. Swinging a line drive out to left center, and the catch is made. Good job by Montreat there, and Pennington robbed of a base hit.
You don't have to love me.
Gonna bring up Cameron Pearson.
You don't have to like me. But you will respect me. You know why? Because I'm a boss.
Here comes another senior, number 4, Cameron Pearson.
Pearson will likely get the start in game 2 in the circle. First pitch skips in the dirt, and Vickers keeps in front. Ball 1. So already 2 outs. Now the pitch. Swung on, popped up right side, giving Chase Swilly, the first baseman, and it'll just bounce over the netting. Count evens at a ball and a strike. Cam Pearson, the senior, coming from Tennessee. Hitting .400 on the season for Bluefield. Pretty impressive considering how many games she has played. So actually leading the team in average, 4 homers and 13 RBIs. 1-1. Ground ball right back to Warner. Snags it on the backhand and lobs to first. 1-2-3 go the Rams in the bottom of the first inning. Now headed to the second, still tied 0-0. Still knotted in a scoreless tie going into the top of the second. 6-7-8 due up to face off against Lakin Sparks, and it'll be Abby Swilly, the first baseman. Swilly, a big left-handed hitter, takes a first pitch high and outside. Swilly just hitting .250, does have 4 homers and 18 RBIs. Pitch. Choked up on a grounder, and it fouls third base side. Kind of evens out a ball and a strike. Little steps in. Slightly open stance as Sparks lobs in that next pitch just a bit high. Abby Swilly, the sophomore coming from Riceville, Tennessee. Previously went to Union. Pitch. Right down the middle. Ball with 2 strikes. Montreat coming from Montreat, North Carolina. It's about 4 hours, kind of close to Asheville, and actually the former home of Reverend Billy Graham. Lived there up until his death a few months ago. Pitch. Ground ball in the hole, left field. Base hit. That'll be Ashlyn Vickers' turn now, the catcher.
Number 17, Ashlyn Vickers.
Junior from Ellenboro, North Carolina. Be interesting to see if Bluefield can keep this going in the early stages of game 1 as Strange steps up and makes the catch for out number 1 on Vickers. Bluefield with that rare sweep a few days ago against St. Andrews, a conference sweep that really boosted them confidence-wise, and you could see it going into that Tennessee Wesleyan game yesterday. But they just couldn't hold on in the 7th inning, and then they lost the second game 11-8. Here comes Alicia Gill, the second baseman. First pitch. He takes a ball low and in. So Gill just hitting 182 as 1 homer and 6 RBIs with a runner at first. Pitch. Swung on, popped up left side, and the ball will curve out of the ballpark. The count knotted at 1-1. We're still tied 0-0. Montreat with a runner at first base. Bluefield coming up with their 4-5-6 in the next half inning in the bottom of the second. Sparks deals. Pitch inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. With 1 out, you have to see if Lauren Bailey can make another good play like she did to end the top of the first as Sparks fires. Pitch just low and away. That was right over the plate, though. Ball 3. Hard hit ball hit to Bailey. 3-1. Inside corner, and Gill was ready to go to first base. Now is knotted up in a full count. Gill was able to throw out Allie Woody at home. That was on a single by Kaylin Warner. Payoff. High and away, ball 4. Already the second walk. Swilly moves over to second base with 1 out. Montreat still looking for the first score. Second inning is usually where Montreat gets most of their scoring done. On the season in the second inning, they've scored 41 runs. And the first pitch to Marissa Romeo goes on the outside corner for strike 1. Romeo, the 9-hitter, hitting .333. That's second on the team. Sparks with the pitches. It swung on and drilled foul. First base side out of play. Lincoln Sparks quickly up 0-2 with 2 runners on and no score in the bottom of the second, or in the top of the second, rather. Sparks wearing that face mask. Only Carly King wearing it on the third base side. Offers up as that pitch is swung on and fouled away again. And it looks like somebody's warming up in the makeshift bullpen. It's Veronica Ellis. That's for Montreat. Wind blowing out towards left to the righty. Pitch. Spit outside. O'Neill throws down to first, and Throckmorton with the awkward tag just has to do an Allen Iverson step over there. Ball and 2 strikes. in the top of the second. 1-2. Change up outside corner. Dirty pitch from Sparks. Second time she's victimized a player there off of that off-speed pitch. Now right back to the top of the lineup with 2 outs. Montreat keeps their 2 runners on, and Mickey Shelton will try to avenge her fly out to third base. Pitch. And a bunt shown. It bounces right behind Riley O'Neill. Busy week coming up for the Rams, so not only do they have games today, they have to go down to South Carolina on Monday to face off against Allen. 0-1. Spit outside, and Sparks is missing. You can see that sometimes from Lakin Sparks, the freshman pitcher, especially yesterday, going into that 7th inning where when her pitches were missing and she wasn't getting the call she was liking, you can see that frustration in the circle. 1-1 grooved outside and low, 2 balls, 1 strike. Abby Swilly at second base off the single, and Alicia Gill is staying at first after the walk. Pitch, grounded over to short. Pennington goes over to third in time, and that is it for the second inning, or top of the second, I should say. All knotted up 0-0 after 2 runners are left on board for Montreat.
Number 32, Riley O'Neill.
Riley O'Neill will lead it off for Bluefield in the bottom of the second as the wind starts to pick up. Almost forgot that it did that here for about the first 30 minutes of the game, but now we are reminded that we are in the wind tunnel of Southwest Virginia. Kaylin Warner starts the motion and delivers. Fastball high and away. Warner on the year on the circle of 3.56 ERA, 6-7 win-loss record. Has 1 save in 90 and a third innings pitched. 93 hits. Flicks that one as that is lined into right center by Riley O'Neill. That's going to roll all the way to the fence. Gets the green light to stretch it into 2, and she will get there. Riley O'Neill probably should have slid that time, but still able to serve it out to right center and get a leadoff double. First base runner of the day for Bluefield. Here comes Lauren Bailey.
Playing second base, number 9, Lauren Bailey.
Now Warner dealing with her first base runner. Shoves in as that is bounced on a bunt right back to the pitcher. Warner flips it over to Gill at first, and the sacrifice is intact. Good bunt there by Lauren Bailey. And that'll bring up Lakin Sparks.
23, Lakin Sparks.
Sparks, the pitcher, trying to bring in Riley O'Neill. Still scoreless. 1 out. Pitch. Right across the plate. Now Sparks takes a first pitch strike, trying to improve on her .250 average. Hit her first home run yesterday in Game 2, has 12 RBIs. Wind not helping her, flowing in towards home. Pitch. Swung on, popped up left side. A lot of wind on it. Shelton finds it in the air and makes the catch in foul territory. 2 retired for Bluefield, and now that will send Mary Blake Avery up to the plate, junior designated player.
Your designated hitter, number 7, Mary Blake Avery.
Mary Blake Avery hitting .262, started to heat up a little bit yesterday in game 1. First pitch for the righty, gets right behind the catcher. O'Neill doesn't really flirt with coming home, and Vickers will just send it right back to Warner. All tied up at 0-0. Rams trying to climb into the conference tournament. Right near the bottom of the AAC. 1-0. Swung on, popped up in the infield left side, and Mickey Shelton steps up to make the catch with her beige glove. So after the leadoff double from Riley O'Neill, she is left at third, and we are still all tied up. 0-0. Rams and Cavaliers headed to the third. Rams with a missed opportunity in the bottom of the second, now headed to the top of the third inning. Still tied up 0-0, and the left fielder, Allie Woody, will step up to the plate. Lincoln Sparks on the day has allowed a couple of hits. Does have 2 strikeouts, and Montreat has been victimized by that changeup twice today. It's probably Sparks' best pitch. Pitch to Woody. Right-hander takes a ball outside. Busy day here in Bluefield Athletics. A lot of teams going to the Bristol race to make sure that they can raise some funds, and Bluefield baseball also in action at Bowen. That pitch is grooved inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Lincoln Sparks pitching in front of one of the best crowds we've had all year. He swung on and fouled away, bouncing into the parking lot. And really, it is nice to see so many people make the trip out to Graham Rec Park, because some of these midweek games, especially with the weather being bad, they were quite miserable right there with the wind blowing through. But now today, so nice. Fastball outside corner, strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Top of the third inning, still no score as Sparks change up, bounced into left field. Base hit for Allie Woody, just the 3rd hit of the day allowed by Lincoln Sparks. And Woody just saw that pitch with a weird spin coming in, threw the hands out and got the barrel on it to bounce it through the 5-6 hole. Kelsey Nolasco reached on a walk her last time and will stand in on the right side. Runner at first, Lincoln Sparks with a ball in her hand. Deals right down the middle, strike 1. It's that senior day today for Bluefield. Had 5 seniors to recognize, 2 of them out there right now. Cam Pearson and Kate Pennington. Pitch inside. Ball and a strike. And Morgan Sawyers, who is subbed out, and Aaron Haley as well. Pitch. Inside and low. As well as Keena Denton. Ball and a strike to Kelsey Nolasco. Line drive, left field. Melick makes the catch. Throwing it in, trying to beat her back to first, and cannot do that, but a solid basket catch by the left fielder.
Number 99, Veronica Ellis.
Here's Veronica Ellis, struck out swinging on a changeup back in the first inning. That was a real knee-buckling pitch from Lakin Sparks. Another one grooved right down the middle, strike one. Happy to have you here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. We're going to have Game 2 as well, covering softball today on Senior Day. 0-1. Drops in low, scrapes in the dirt, evens the count at 1-1. Bluefield baseball looked good last night as we had a two-sport doubleheader. As far as the Ram Digital Sports Network goes, Bluefield got the win 12-8. 1-1. Hard hit ground ball, third base side, and foul. No balls, two strikes, and Veronica Ellis. She'll dig back in right side. Allie Woody at first. Sparks deals the ball in her right hand, whips that one. Bouncer over to second. Scoop by Bailey. Only throw she has is to first, and she'll get the out. Productive out for Veronica Ellis. That moves Woody into scoring position at second for Kaylin Warner. Hard hit ball right to Lauren Bailey in the bottom or the top of the first inning. Bailey just batted the ball down and threw it home, sniping Allie Woody at home plate. A runner at second. Sparks pitches. Swung on ground ball third base side, rattling around. Bluefield making the trip down to Columbia, South Carolina on Monday to play against Allen. Should be a team that the Rams should be able to beat. 0-1. High and inside. Count evens out a ball and a strike. Allen had lost a game this year to Tennessee Wesleyan, 32-1. Now, the Rams did lose against the Bulldogs, but they kept it closer than that. 1-1 from Sparks. Swung on and popped up out in deep left field, drifting on Melick, and she squeezes the glove to make the catch for out number 3. After the opening single from Allie Woody, she's left on base. 3 straight outs after that as we head to the bottom of the third. It's tied up 0-0.
It was time to marry the game, and I said, yeah, I do. If you want it, you gotta see it.
Playing first base, number 24, Meredith Throckmorton.
Welcome back to Grand Rec Park, everybody. Both teams looking for their first run of the day as it's still 0-0 to the bottom of the third. First chance for Meredith Throckmorton to get some swings in as she takes a first pitch, a ball down low. So it'll be the 8-9-1 for Bluefield. Throckmorton, Carly King, and right back to Gabby Mellick. Bluefield's only hit came from Riley O'Neill on a double in the second. She was left at third. Warner looking in, flicks, and swung on, fouled away. I say flicks because right when she has the ball going into her motion, the back of her hand is actually visible to home plate and turns it around when she goes through the follow-through. It's not exactly like what we see out of Lakin Sparks or Cameron Pearson for that matter. 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike two. Oh, good crowd filing in on the outfield end over here at Graham Rec Park on this elevated Little League field. 1-2. Just a bit outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Throckmorton. Started out the year as one of the bigger hitters for Bluefield. Now has gone down to the 8-hole here where Shelly Newton has mixed up the lineup. Usually Throckmorton bats fourth. 2-2. Swung on, bouncer sniped over at second on the backhand, and a good play by Gill, who gets her out at first. Going to bring up Carly King, the freshman from Reiner, Virginia.
Freshman number 22, Carly King.
Went to Auburn High School, not far away from Blacksburg. Now King showing bunt. That's likely a timing choice here. First pitch, whipped in and fouled straight back. Strike one. The ball's 1 strike, still no score. We're in the bottom of the third inning at Graham Rec Park. We're glad to have you here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Both Bluefield fans and some Montreat fans watching. Showing bunt, 0-2, or 0-1 rather, and a fastball just sniped right in on the inside part of the plate. No balls, 2 strikes. Carly King just adjusting that white batting helmet. Down to 0-2. Warner rocks and offers. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That's the first strikeout for Warner. Warner, the sophomore from Portland, Oregon. Now goes back to the top of the lineup with Bluefield.
Gabby Mellick.
Gabby Mellick hit it out over to center field, but exited the batter's box in the process on that slap attempt. First pitch, rounds it through the hole into left field, a base hit for Mellick. This time she kept those feet in, and there's a single for Bluefield, just their second base hit of the day. Well, thank goodness that sun is beaming down, going with the wind, because it would get cold very fast.
Number 10, Kate Pennington.
Well, Kate Pennington with her family out in center field awaits her first pitch with Mellick at first. Showing bunt, Warner deals. Right down the middle, throw to second, and Mellick is toast. What a play. Good job by Vickers to throw it down to Shelton, and Pennington will have to lead it off in the bottom of the fourth. So after the single, Mellick is called out at second base with her hands in the cookie jar, and the Rams and the Cavaliers still tied up at 0-0 in Bluefield. Welcome back to Graham Rec Park, everybody. Still no score. Headed to the fourth inning. It'll be Abby Swilley's turn again. 1 for 1 with a single. She was thrown out at third base on a fielder's choice. Hit into by Mickey Shelton. And Lakin Sparks is still inside the circle for Bluefield. So a big-time AAC matchup. Game 1 of a doubleheader. Likely to see Cam Pearson get the start in Game 2 for Bluefield on Senior Day. And Swilley will step in left side. Sparks already with 2 strikeouts, and she's allowed 2 hits. Fires the first pitch low near the ankles, ball 1. Last time Swilley hit a ball into left field, even as a left-handed batter. Pretty up in the box, 1-0. Grounded over to third, caught on a hop by King. Low throw, scooped out by Throckmorton, out number 1. Boy, yesterday for Carly King, a lot of right-handed batters for Tennessee Wesleyan, and they were early on many of the pitches from Lakin Sparks. So Carly King was busy, and she has proved to be a stout fielder even as a freshman. Here's Ashlyn Vickers. Ground ball just sneaking through the hole right past the dive of King. And a single for Vickers puts a runner on the base paths with just 1 out. How to bring up Alicia Gill now, or Alicia Gill.
Number 3, Alicia Gill.
Now it looks like a new runner will step in. And that's Bree Powell, the sophomore. So the sophomore from Belmont, North Carolina, comes in for the catcher. Well, with the sun beaming down, here's Alicia Gill's turn again. She was walked back in the second. For Lakin Sparks, that's 1 of 2 walks. First pitch, rise ball high and away. For Bluefield, with runners on base, they just have to make sure they can stay focused, because if you look at games going back a few weeks ago against the Union Bulldogs in Game 2, the Rams just booted the ball around as soon as runners got on the base paths. Sparks deals 1-0. Swung on, popped up, shallow center, Pearson charging up, and she'll make the catch. Now 2 retired for Montreat, and going with the 9-hitter, Marissa Romeo.
Number 24, Marisa Romeo.
Romeo went down on strikes looking in the second. We're at the top of the fourth. Both teams still looking for their first run on the scoreboard here, 0-0. Real pitchers duel turning out to be with Sparks and Warner. Fires right down the middle. O'Neal throws, and the tag not in time from Bailey. O'Neal just threw that ball a little bit wide to the right, and Bailey tried to lay it down, but Vickers was already at the bag sliding. So Vickers slides in. Now runner in scoring position with just 2 outs. No balls, 1 strike. Pitch to the righty. Soft roller over to third. King has it. Should be an easy play to first, and it is. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and a runner left on base. 3.5 in the books at Graham Rec Park, and it's still tied 0-0.
Number 10, senior Kate Pennington.
Kate Pennington was left at the plate when Gabby Mellick was thrown out at second base back in the bottom of the third. So here we are in the bottom of the fourth, still scoreless. Warner pitches, and it hits the outside corner, strike one. Wind flowing out towards left on a beautiful sunny day at Graham Rec Park, a packed house considering what the crowds have been in the past. Pennington's 0 for 1, flew out to center last time. Now the pitch, watched inside, ball and a strike. It'll be Pennington, Pearson, and Riley O'Neill. Rams with 2 hits on the day, one from Mellick and one from O'Neill. That was a double back in the second. We're doing a pretty solid job now with the ball in the glove. Flicks that pitch in. Swung on and drilled. Left center field, and that will bounce and roll all the way to the fence. Pennington running to second, and she's going to get there with a stand-up double. That was a high pitch that Pennington just hacked at and punched the ball over into left center field.
You don't even have to like me.
Now Cam Pearson will step up to the plate. Getting 400 on the year. Last time grounded out right to Caitlin Warner, the pitcher.
Number 4, senior Cameron Pearson.
On the first pitch to Pearson. Watched in the dirt inside. Ball 1. So a senior connection now really needed. Pearson, the center fielder, and likely the pitcher in game 2, and Caitlin Pennington, the shortstop at second. 1-0 from Warner. Swung on and fouled straight back to the overhang. Even counted 1-1. Bluefield trying to move forward in those AAC standings, and they're right near the bottom right now. Pennington beckoning fourth at second. Pitch. Swung on and tapped foul, third base side. Count is now at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pearson taking her time, digs right back in right side. Warner awaits. The 1-2. Swung on and just saved foul off the end of the bat. So Montreat a couple of spots in front of Bluefield, who is second to last in the AAC. Rams are 5-13 in conference, and Montreat 8-10. Another 1-2. Swung on, popped up, shallow right, sprinting in Elliott, and it'll drop in for a base hit. Rolls past the right fielder, Pennington on her way to third, and there's an ugly double for Cameron Pearson, but Bluefield will take it. Elliott walked all the way in. She's the flex player, and the second baseman, Gill, likely should have just went back and got that. So it won't count as an error because no one touched it, and the bloop double gives Bluefield 2 runners in scoring position. Rams have already hit 3 doubles on the day, and one of them came from Riley O'Neill, who steps up to the plate. 2 fast runners at third and second for Bluefield. The pitch, and the catcher watches outside and low ball 1. So still no score, bottom of the fourth in Bluefield, playing 2 7-inning games here. One ball, no strikes. Warner pitches. Inside again, 2 balls, no strikes. That was really the first mental error we've seen from Montreat today. Elliott had a good charge on it, but she was kind of flabbergasted that the second baseman, Alicia Gill, didn't go back. 2-0. Thought about it and waited, and it went outside on the corner. Meanwhile, a whip down to third to Romeo comes up to no avail. 2 balls and 1 strike. O'Neill just gripping that bat hard. 2-1. Swung on, ground ball, snagged it short. Throw to first in time. What a play, but a run scores. So Shelton able to gun down O'Neill, but the 6-3 putout will bring in an RBI, and Bluefield takes the lead 1-0. And Shelton was really out of position to get that ball, but still able to slide and get it. Meanwhile, Cameron Pearson moves over to third, and here's Lauren Bailey, who had a bunt back in the second pitch. Swing and a miss. There's strike 1. Already just 1 out, 1-0 Rams on top. Need some run support. All they had was a 1-0 lead going into the 7th yesterday. They couldn't hold on. Pitch. Swung on and fouled straight back off the end of the bat. Some of these pitches are just grooved outside from Caitlin Warner, and these Bluefield College Rams aren't very close to home plate. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Wind flowing out towards right. 0-2, served up. Swing and a miss, change up. There's strike 3, second strikeout of the day for the righty. Here comes Lakin Sparks. Popped up to Mickey Shelton at short last time.
Lakin Sparks.
Pitch just a bit low. The Sparks doing a pretty good job in the circle today for Bluefield, but her team's bailing her out. Cameron Pearson with a pretty solid play out in center field, and Lauren Bailey doing a good job throwing a runner out at home. 1-0. Spit outside on the fastball. 2 balls, no strikes. Mary Blake Avery on deck. 2 outs. Runner at third, and the Rams holding on to a 1-0 lead. Flicks the pitch in. Watched high and away. 3 balls, no strikes. Sparks has already been walked 6 times this year. Flirting with another. 3-0. Right across the letters. Strike 1. Rams going with the blue jerseys today with the white numbers, going with red trim. White letters across the front that say Bluefield. Matched with white pants. 3-1 to Sparks. Swung on, popped up. Right side of the infield. Swilly makes the catch in foul territory, and the inning is over. But a run scores on 2 hits, no errors, and Pearson left at third base. It's 1-0 Bluefield. 5 innings now coming to fruition. Headed to the 5th here at Grand Rec Park.
Montreat starts out the 5th inning at the top of their lineup as Bluefield leads this one 1-0. RBI ground out for Riley O'Neill. Caitlin Pennington in the process. Lakin Sparks still in the circle for Bluefield, doing a good job and hoping that her defense kind of back her up. Righty deals lefty. Fastball high and away, ball 1. So some cheers on the face side from Montreat, hoping they can equalize here. Holding on to a small lead. We're blowing out towards right pitch. Fastball missing outside, 2 balls, no strikes. So Bluefield coming into this week has won that's 2 games now, even at 2-2. It strikes, rocks, and offers. Showing fun, balls back, 2 balls, no strikes outside. At least trying to break even conference play this week with the finale today between Montreat and them. 3-0. High and outside ball for a pitch walk. Lakin Sparks, you've seen that frustration inside the circle trying to walk it off. Here's Allie Woody. Woody's reached twice today after a single as well as an error.
Now 1 for 2, and Shelly Newton's going to go inside and try to talk this over with their frustrated freshman. Those conference wins have been hard to come by for Bluefield. Just 5-13 on the year, 8-17 overall. Montreat 13-27 on the season. So they have played 40 games as opposed to the Rams, who have just played 25. So many rainouts and so many midweek games that have been canceled. Rams have to play a few more at home, even though today is senior day. They have Alice Lloyd coming in next week. They have to play on the home side and on the road against them. After the quick little chat is over, the infield goes back to their stations, and the count to Allie Woody has yet to be on the board because she hasn't seen a pitch yet. Runner at first. Mickey Shelton at first base. Sparks fires. Fastball outside corner. A good pitch there from the freshman, strike one. No balls, one strike. Wind flowing towards right again. The pitch. Bunch laid down, right back to Sparks. Whips the first in time, and Shelton gets back to second base. Well, Shelton was already on her way over to second, so it was going to be tough to get her out anyway. So now Shelton in scoring position. Allie Woody with a sacrifice. And here's Kelsey Nolasco. One gone, top of the fifth. Bluefield leads 1-0. Now a refreshing wind blowing in towards home plate. Pitch. Good one, right down Broadway, strike one. Supposed to be in the 40s on Monday. Not exactly excited about that. Sparks whips, offers. Swung on, hit high in the air out to left. Mellick seems to have on a bead, and she makes the catch for out number 2. Shelton stays at second base. And after Mellick's catch, there are 2 gone for Veronica Ellis, who is 0 for 2 on the day. Already 2 outs, 1-0 the score, and Riley O'Neill calls time to talk this one over with her pitcher. O'Neill, the junior, coming from Tennessee, actually a transfer from Montlow State Community College. Went to the same JUCO as Cameron Pearson. Ellis steps up to the plate, striking out the first inning and also grounded out to second. First one, the righty takes a first pitch strike right across the middle, strike one. After the 4-pitch walk to Mickey Shelton, Lakin Sparks calls time to adjust her cleats. Got some balloons on the fencing right around right field as well as the left field foul pole. It looks like some red solo cups spelling out each number of the senior. Change up, flares high and away, ball and a strike. One ball, one strike. Ellis looking for a pitch. That one is swung on and punched foul. And down the hill it goes. Ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Sparks hoping to end this inning after that walk. 1-2 offer. Check swing, outside pitch. Did she go? No, she held up. That was a close one. Ball 2. Ellis was about ready to go into the dugout on the first base side, but now we'll have another swing at it. Two. Change up high and away. Ball 3, 3 balls, 2 strikes, and Sparks is flirting with her second walk of the inning. Payoff. Swung on and fouled away. Really couldn't ask for a better day at Graham Rec Park. Players probably getting sunburn out there today. Really one of the better days of spring. Back to the diamond, though. Another payoff. Swung on, popped up, shallow right. Strange steps towards the foul line and makes the catch for out number 3. After the 4-pitch walk to start out the 5th inning, Lakin Sparks bounces back, and Bluefield still leads 1-0 going into the bottom of the 5th. Rams with a 1-0 lead, bottom of the 5th. Caitlin Warner still on the mound for the Montreat and will face off against Mary Blake Avery. Swung on, grounded over to third. Romeo has it, whips to first in time. 1 pitch and 1 out. Rams scored a run back in the 4th inning. A couple of doubles from Pennington and then Pearson. And they ground out to short, brought in Kate Pennington from third from Riley O'Neill. Here comes Meredith Throckmorton, the 8-hitter. Throckmorton grounded out to second to start off the 3rd. First pitch, check swing, called a strike anyway. Count no balls, 1 strike. A lot of times you see Shelly Newton over at third base just telling the players to swing through. Now that was low, so Throckmorton held up. 0-1. Swung on, driven out to right field. Elliott racing back, and that one's going to bounce all the way to the fence. Throckmorton racing into second. There's a double for Bluefield. Going opposite field there for the righty. Elliott really didn't have a good look at it. Just a little bit more wind and a little bit more loft. That might have cleared the fence. Here's Carly King. And Bluefield will likely put in a courtesy or a pinch runner now. A little bit more speed brought on with the senior Erin Haley. Erin Haley coming from Virginia Beach. Family in attendance today, and now Carly King, the freshman, will try to knock in her senior teammate. Already 1-0, Rams up.
Playing third, number 22, Carly King.
Steps up right side, shows bunt. Might actually do it here. Cocks back, first pitch. Swing and a miss. King went down swinging back in the 3rd inning. One of 2 strikeouts on the day for Caitlin Warner, the sophomore Oregon native. Don't see that West Coast connection as much for the Bluefield College Rams softball team, but you more so see it for the Rams baseball team. 0-1. Swung on and grounded over to third. Haley headed to third anyway. Throw to first low, but still an out, a productive one at that. That moves Erin Haley to third base. Erin Haley didn't even check down at all. She went straight to third. And if Romeo saw that, she probably could have gotten her in a rundown, but instead got the force out instead. Back to the top of the lineup for Gabby Mellick. She's 1 for 2.
Top of the lineup, number 1, Gabby Mellick.
Has been retired twice. Had that slap out back in the 1st after exiting the batter's box and was thrown out at second. Now the pitch. Swung on and popped up, skying over the backstop, out of play. No balls, one strike. Melick wearing number 1, batting left-handed to try to slap it through, and Romeo playing up in the third baseline to try to combat that. Runner at third, 1-0 Rams lead, the 0-1. Thought about it on a high pitch, and it just went outside. Ball and a strike. Melick ready. 1-1 from Warner. Swung on, hit into shallow left center, stepping up Nolasco, and she'll make the catch. And Bluefield leaves a runner at third base. So after the double from Meredith Throckmorton, Aaron Haley is left at third, and they still lead 1-0. Going into the 6th inning, the penultimate inning of Game 1 here at Graham Rec Park. Caitlin Warner will lead it off for Montreat. 5-6-7 due up for the Cavaliers, down 1-0 in the 6th inning. Lakin Sparks trying to complete this game. First pitch, and a fastball moves low and away. So it'll be Warner, Swilly, and Vickers as the wind rolls in. Maybe not one of the best places to build a Little League park, especially for broadcast. 1-0. Swung on, hit high in the air, out to left field. Melick chasing back, and she'll make the catch. The wind might have killed that one. It was slowing the ball down that was driven out far by Kaylin Warner. And Melick doing a good job to race near the foul line to make the catch. And now here comes Abby Swilly. Swilly with a single and also grounded out to third. So 1 for 2. Montreat still being shut out on the day. Rams with a 1-0 lead, eerily familiar and similar to what happened yesterday. First pitch well inside and high, almost grooved at the chin of Swilly. Ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Lakin Sparks smiling, deals. Check swing and a high pitch. Looking for the appeal, and she did not go. So Montreat coming off of a few wins against Bernal as that pitch is inside. 3 balls, no strikes. Bernal ranked to the number 19 team in the country at the time and beat them 10-1 and 4-3. That pitch drops right across the middle, strike 1. Been a tough week for Montreat. They had to play against Georgia Gwinnett, number 1 team in the country, lost both games. The pitch outside, ball 4. Swilly gets on with a walk. That's already the 4th walk today from the freshman pitcher. Top of the 6th, 1-0 Rams lead. Ashlyn Vickers' turn at the plate. She singled in the 4th inning. And going back to the 1st inning where Lauren Bailey threw out Allie Woody at home, that is becoming more and more important as that one is grounded over to Pennington. Stomps on the ground, throw to second, trying to turn 2. Yes! 6-4-3 double play, and that is it for the top of the 6th. Pennington almost bobbled it, but stayed with it and was able to turn it over to Lauren Bailey. Top of the 6th in the books, now to the bottom of the 6th. Rams still leading 1-0. Kate Pennington steps up to the plate to lead off the bottom of the sixth. Bluefield looking for some insurance. Pennington shows bunt as Warner grooves a pitch outside. Rams' only run is scored back in the fourth off of that ground out from Riley O'Neill. That was after Pennington's double that she hacked into left center field on a pitch that was nearly at her chin. 1-0 from Warner. Swung on, tipped right back up to the pitcher. Throw to first in time. But Pennington just missed that one. Cued it off the end of the bat, and here's Cameron Pearson.
You don't have to love me. You don't even have to like me. But you will respect me.
Well, Pearson had that double. That was a pop-up into right field. Elliott stepped up where Gill didn't call for it, and it dropped right in between the second baseman and the right fielder. 1-0 the score, 1 out. Pitch. Swung on, grounded over to second. Gill fields cleanly, whips to first in time. Here's Riley O'Neill. Already just 3 pitches and 2 outs in the bottom of the sixth. So Lakin Sparks, unless there's any 2-out action here, will likely go into the 7th inning with just a 1-0 lead again.
Riley O'Neill.
Here's Riley O'Neill, a double and an RBI. And Warner steps off the rubber to try to get a new sign. He's joking, kind of talking with Vickers. Didn't really see what she was trying to go in there. First pitch. A little bit low, ball 1. Wind turning around that brand new American flag in center field from left to right. Feel like a nice spring day. Lauren Bailey on deck. Riley O'Neill with a home run a few days ago. 1-0. High and in. And that homer she hit against St. Andrews to propel the Rams into a 7-4 walk-off win. She absolutely killed that. That cleared the fence that's behind the regular fence in left field. Throw to the righty. Right across the Bluefield letters, strike 1. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. The offer. Inside corner, the count's even. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Rams with a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the 6th. O'Neill batting in the cleanup spot for the first time in a while. 2-2. Swung on, tapped near the hole, bounced into the glove of Shelton, throw to first, off target. It rolls away from Swilly for a second, but that would have been almost a Manny Machado-esque play over at shortstop. O'Neill gets to first base for the single. Here comes Lauren Bailey.
Number 9, Lauren Bailey, a.k.a. Peanut.
Here's Bailey, 0 for 1. The pitch. High and outside, O'Neill with a healthy jump. Thought that one was going to get behind Vickers, and she was on her way to second. Rams trying to bring in another run, only up 1-0 in the top of the bottom of the 6th, headed to the top of the 7th. And with 2 outs, Kaylin Warner looking into her battery mate Vickers. Pitch. Swung on and popped up, skying over the backstop out of play. So Bailey was on time with it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner at first and Riley O'Neill. Lauren Bailey with no batting gloves. 1-1. Swung on and fouled away well early on that. Got it off the end of the bat and pulled it left side over the dugout and out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. O'Neill with that sneaky single at first, now with a multi-hit game. Bailey awaiting. 1-0 the score. 1-2. Low. There's ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. For Bailey, a slap hitter that was called out in that rule a couple of days ago, now batting right-handed. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Missed on the changeup, strike 3. And the Rams will have to defend their 1-0 lead going into the top of the 7th. Sparks trying to shut the Cavaliers down when we come back.
Number 3, Alicia Gill.
Can Lakin Sparks and the Bluefield College Rams hold on to that 1-0 lead, just 3 outs away from a win to start out this doubleheader against Montreat? Cavaliers will have their 8-9-1 due up. It's Alicia Gill, Marissa Romeo, and then Mickey Shelton. No hits in between all of them. And 2 walks. Pitch. Fastball inside from Sparks. Sparks coming into this game with a 6.45 ERA and a 3-8 record, searching for her 4th collegiate win. 1-0. Inside corner, good frame job by O'Neill, and the count evens at a ball and a strike. So Gill walked in the second and flew out to center last time in a ball that Cameron Pearson had to sprint up to get. 1-1. Outside corner, good pitch from Sparks. 1-0, Rams on top of the 7th. Looking for a rare shutout. And time is called. Gill had to wait a second, thought she had the time confidently, had to look back. Trying to get that all figured out. Ball and 2 strikes. Sparks fires. Changeup loops high and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch. Swung on, tapped over to third, snagged by King. Throw to first, on target, out number 1. Now the Rams just 2 outs away.
Number 24, Marissa Romeo.
Here's Marissa Romeo. Struck out looking and grounded out to third. Only 1 run on the day for either team. First pitch to the righty. Watched inside, ball 1. So this is exactly what happened yesterday in the game against Tennessee. Wesley and Bluefield had a 1-0 lead going into the 7th. And then the floodgates kind of opened up. 1-0 in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes. Of course, yesterday it took a long time for Bluefield to even get an out. Tennessee Wesleyan had loaded up the bases. Luckily, they have 1 now. Pitch. Romeo watches it go high and away. 3 balls, no strikes. So Sparks in danger of getting her 5th walk of the day and putting the tying run on base. 3-0. High and in, ball 4. 4-pitch walk, and the Cavs are right back to the top of their lineup with Mickey Shelton. Well, Shelton has played a solid field today, but hasn't gotten a big hit.
Number 8, Mickey Shelton.
As a matter of fact, Montreat hasn't got a hit since the 4th inning. King stepping up, left side, pitch. Outside corner, strike 1. O'Neill with a long stare down at first. A 1. High and away. Ball and a strike, and Lakin Sparks just has to hold on here. No balls, 1 strike. Pitch. Showing bunt, lays it down. Third base side. King scoops, throws. In time for the out. Now in a rundown at third. Whip there. Tag. Not in time. So Mellick had to come from left field to cover third base. Romeo gets all the way to third. Shelton with a big sacrifice, and she was almost safe to first. So Bluefield now has 2 outs to work with. And now the tying run at third base for Allie Woody. Woody has put the ball in play twice today. Single, or 3 times rather. She's 1 for 2. Had a sacrifice bunt back in the 5th. 2 outs, 1-0, top of the 7th. Pitch. Swung on, line drive, and foul, first base side. Strike 1. So Romeo at third base could be the tying run if Allie Woody puts this one on the ground. No balls, 1 strike. And with 2 outs, Rocks offers. Pitch just a bit inside. Ball and a strike. 1-1. Low, throw to third, tag, not in time. And Pennington was just about ready to take the umpire's head off, but that was a big throw from Riley O'Neal. Romeo was almost toast at third base. And what a way for the game to possibly end there. Ball and a strike, 2 outs. Runner at third. So can Allie Woody, 2 balls, 1 strike, bring in the tying run from third base. Pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. And Lakin Sparks is a strike away from the shutout. And Allie Woody trying to put in the outfield here or just give the Rams a chance to throw her out at first base. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at third. And O'Neal calls time. Now the junior speaking with her freshman, turns around and goes right back behind home plate. Sparks trying to hold on. Montreat barking on the first base side. Allie Woody digs in right side. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pitch. Swung on, ground ball to third. Bounces to King. Throw to first in time. And Bluefield wins it in a shutout. Lakin Sparks gets her 4th collegiate win. And Bluefield wraps up game 1, 1-0. A shutout for the freshman. Montreat got close, but they leave a runner on at the top of the 7th, and Bluefield improves to 9-17 on the year with a 6-13 record in conference. Montreat falls to 8-11 in the AAC, so Bluefield getting a little bit closer to the Cavaliers, and in just about half an hour will go for the sweep against Montreat. So for the final score for Game 1, Rams win it 1-0. This is Bailey Engel saying, take it easy, Rams fans, for just about half an hour, and be right back for Game 2.